In this session, 10th session, we are going to discuss about polymer molding techniques for pressureless processing. The pressureless processing techniques are used for starting materials such as monomers, plastic solutions, and depressions that can flow and that can be formed without application of external force. The pressureless processing techniques includes number 1 casting, number 2 dipping, number 3 coating, number 4 foaming. First we'll discuss one by one, that is first casting. Casting is used for molding by polymerizing monomers in molds. Thick walled articles, embeddings, sheets, and blocks can be produced. These are preferentially made up of polyethylene, polyamide, and polymethyl methacrylate. In order to avoid thermal stress, adequate temperature regulations are required. The mold material choice is dependent upon the use of the surface quality of the moldings. Film casting is mainly used in the photographic industry for the manufacture of cellulose acetate films. In this method of casting, polymer solution melts or dispersions are cast directly onto the metal drum or a rotating belt, and from the slot slide die into precipitation bath. Flush molding enables the production of hollow articles which are made from PVC pastes. These are made using two-part metal molds which are heated and filled with the paste. The paste gel is on outermost edge, forming a skin, and subsequently the excess paste is poured off. The remaining layer is gelled in an oven, and after cooling, a hollow mold is obtained. Such molding can be further modified into rotation casting for the production of hollow articles made of PVC. Only the difference is that the rotational casting, the PVC amount of paste is metered to the mold, which makes the removal of excess paste and post gelation techniques redundant. You can see the machine used for casting machine. Right. The mold is rotated. The mold is rotated about two perpendicular axes. Here it is actually the mold, and it is a drive shaft, and it is a motor. It is driven by this motor about two perpendicular axes, and this enables the uniform wetting of the cavity surface. Rotational casting has the advantage of low investment cost over slush molding. In The manufacture of thick-walled symmetrical structures such as pipe and sockets, centrifugal casting may be used. A partially filled mold is rotated rapidly about a central axis. Centrifugal force press the material outward into the mold, and in the process the material gets compacted. This is about cast molding. Next type of molding is dipping. This is the unit used for dipping. There is a vessel A. This is the vessel into which the plastic material is taken. PVC paste here, dipping frame, and these are actually the mold. These are all molds. Sometimes molds or articles are dipped into solutions, dispersions, paste, melts, or powders. Later on, the adhering material on the surface is solidified by heat treatment. For the manufacture of articles such as gloves, boots, etc., in which one side remains open, the opposite mold is immersed. Subsequently, the cast is gelled. A series of identical molds mounted on the dipping frame are used for the mass production of such articles. During the dipping process, degassed PVC paste is placed in the vessel, is raised or lowered. The dipping frame can be raised or lowered. Sometimes the dipping frame is moved while the vessel is stationary. The immersion and removal of stages are carried out slowly to allow the material to flow homogeneously from the mold and to prevent the introduction of air into the paste. The gelation is usually carried out in circulating air oven, and during the process the paste temporarily becomes fluid. The mold containing the gel coating are immersed in water for cooling. It is cooled to around 50 degrees Celsius, and at this temperature the molds can be easily removed from the molds. Cables and wires are extensively coated using this process. This is the equipment used for dip molding. This is actually dipping frame to which the molds are actually attached, and this is the solution, PVC solution paste, and this is a vessel, right? The molds are actually dipped into this, and it is taken so that a thin layer of film of that paste, PVC paste, actually adheres to this, and this is actually taken out, cooled, and cooled to a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, so that we can remove the molding from the mold. Third one is coating. The coating unit, sorry, the coating unit is like this. It is actually a universal or unwinding station. B, expander. C, coating bed. D, gelling tunnel. This one. and E is cooling rolls and rewind station. This is the parts of the coating unit. It is working like this. In this process of coating, it is used for production of self-supporting film by coating sheet material such as paper or textiles. The most important materials that are used for production of coatings are PVC paste. The equipment for coating consists of an unwinding station, an expander, coating head, gelling channel, cooling system, and a rewind station. The disc brake slows down the winding station, and the winding station enables the product to be held under tension. A smooth finish to the sheet is provided by expander with the help of the coating head. The PVC paste is spread upon the moving sheet manually or mechanically. Thereafter, a doctor blade is employed to spread the sheet to required thickness. A revolving roller support the sheet, due to which an extremely defined contact area is maintained. The rolls distribute the escaping paste and form a film. The rotation speed of the rolls can be adjusted. Hot air or infrared dryers supplies the heat required for gelatination of paste. However, circulating air heating in combination with infrared heater is used in some cases. The cooling effect must be high enough to that no adhesion between the individual layers occurs. The cooling is maintained by two water-cooled corrosion-resistant drums. Next is about coating of the plastic material over paper or textile material. Next type of molding is foaming. By adding physical or chemical blowing agents to a polymer, foams are generated. Foam andre ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋರೆ. Physical blowing agents include gases and low boiling compounds, whereas chemical blowing agents generally are gases, gas releasing compounds. Only a few materials are employed in the manufacture of foams such as polystyrene, PVC, low density polyethylene, as well as phenolic and polyurethane resins. The foaming process must begin with the polymer is in a flowable form and allows the bubbles to develop. The conditions are fixed once the bubbles reaches the optimum size. Then the foaming form are actually used for casting into desired shape. Next, we'll see the some of the MCQs. Question number one. Film coating is used in dash industries. Option A, rubber. Option B, photographic. Option C, elastomeric. And D, none of these. Answer is option B, that is photographic industry, in the manufacture of photographic film. Question number two, for the manufacture of articles in which one side remains open, dash molds of molding. That method of molding is used. Options are A, casting, option B, coating, option C, dipping, option C, foaming. Right answer is option C, that is dipping method. Question number 3. The production of self-supporting film such as paper, textile is done by dash. Options are A, dipping, B, foaming, C, casting, and D, coating. Right answer is option D, coating. Question number 4. The most important material that is used for the production of coatings is dash. Options are PVC, B, polystyrene, polyester, option D, polypropylene. The right option is option A, PVC polyvinyl chlorides. Question number 5. Cables and wires are extensively coated by insulating material by dash method. Options are A, foaming, option B, casting, option C, dipping, and option D, none of these. Right answer is option C, by dipping. Right. Thank you.